Hello, my fellow YouTubers. It's me again, Carlita, your Spice Queen. Yes, when I tell you there's some bitch calling, there's a party going on, I tell you, those ladies at the Real Housewives of Atlanta are very busy. And I tell you, we're near the end. We are near the end, and they are really, really bringing it. I can't wait to get started. I have 13 pages of notes because I wanted to give you all the details of what's going on with them ladies. But before we get started, please take the time out to subscribe. All right? Please subscribe. I'm really struggling. I am struggling. I've been at this thing maybe 3 months now. Now, I don't know how it's supposed to go, but I do. I do have 77 spicers, and I'm proud of myself. Old girl is doing it. So if you could just help me out a little bit, just go ahead on and please hit that subscription button, okay? And please share Facebook, Twitter, amongst your friends. Okay, and please hit that notification bell if you are already a spicer. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. You know, I have to put my glasses on. My specs, I like to call them. And let's get this thing started because we got a lot. It's a lot. Okay? Now, the ladies. The ladies are back home. They're back home from Jamaica. Okay? And everything. So we're going to start out. As I said, everyone is back home. It opens up. It opened up with Candy. Candy is with her son Ace. They're at a studio of sorts. Ace is preparing for auditions, memorizing lines and such. Okay, he is so cute, that Ace is. I remember when Candy had that baby. That boy is really so handsome. I love how involved Candy is with her son. And her, the hands-on with her son and her kids. At least when she's not busy. She spends some quality time with her kids. And I really do like that. But also, you can tell that Ace is familiar with the auditioning and stuff because as he was trying to say a line and it didn't sound quite right to him or he didn't say the right words, he said, "No, stop." Like he's really used to it. I was very impressed with that. Okay, now let's see. Now what were we? Yeah. So yeah, as I said, I was very impressed with that. Okay, so then the next scene, they go to Marlo's house. Marlo's on the phone with her sister. She's on the phone with her sister, and she's waiting for her nephews to return home. And she sent them to her sister. She sent to her sister, for 30 days in the hopes of them, how she said, be the best they can be, she said. She's going to send it to her sister, who has 4 kids in a 2-bedroom. I don't know if it's an apartment or a house or what have not. But it sounds like to me her sister was pretty overwhelmed already. Okay, but she wanted them to be, the best they can be. Marlo, you don't give up on them. You stay with them and stick it out with them. That's how you do it. You don't push them off on your sister like she's the army, be all you can be in the army. What's going on with that? But that's just me. I said that. Okay, so enough of that. So, right. And, next page. Okay, like I said, her sister who already has 4 kids, it's just foolish. Drew. Then they go to Drew's house. Drew is looking lethargic. She's looking lethargic, tired. She says it's her medication and everything. She was asked how she feel by her husband, Ralph. As I said, she looked lethargic. And she says to Ralph that she felt bad. She feels bad that she got injured in Jamaica and that they were unable to participate, with the festivities, the activities, because of her injury. She was very apologetic about that and everything. So that was thoughtful. And then they go, then comes Sheree. Sheree pays Drew a visit. Caring Sheree. She's checked up on Drew. and everything. She's the first one. She was the first one that checked up on, visit Drew. Okay, then in comes Sanya. Sanya also is checking up on Drew. Wow, so much love. And oh my God, I've been so, sad is what Sanya says. She tells Drew, "Oh my God, I've been so sad and everything with everything going on, and you hurting your, foot, and not being able to participate and such. It sounds so phony to me. I mean, really, so phony. Right. Too bad and so sad. It sounds like for Drew. Quote: A nice, smart person said that. Too bad, so sad for you. I like that. I like that quote. I believe it was Tyler Perry, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, no, so Drew is overwhelmed. She's overwhelmed. She's receiving so much love and care from Sheree and Sanya. She just can't believe it, okay? She can't believe it, and she's overwhelmed by it. Well, she appreciates it, and she welcomes it, okay? And Drew asks a question, what did she miss while her and Ralph was unable to, participate and all. They spent most of the time in the room. I believe Drew hurt her foot maybe the second day, the next morning. Would have not. It was very, very early. But anyway, so she asked them to, bring her up to date with what went on. Okay. So Sheree, the bone collector, she had to be the first one to throw the bone out there and get 411, right? Sanya chimed in after Sheree told Drew about how she addressed Kenya like a dude. Wow. Sheree explained to Drew, right? When I said she chimed in first, she explained to Drew that about Kenya and Sanya, little disagreement, word battle and everything. And how Kenya said she did not appreciate Sanya's husband standing up the way he did. She thought it was aggressive. And, she called it, what's that word? Anyway, it'll come to me. But, yeah, bone, right. Okay, so, and then, right, so after that, Sanya was not pleased with this. She was not pleased with what Sheree was sharing, and she said she was going to call Kenya. And she did just that. She picked up her phone, she calls Kenya and everything, and Kenya picks up. The phone rings, Kenya picks up, and Sheree first thing Sanya said to Kenya, she said, give me a minute. I'm sorry. Okay, so Sanya chimes in after Sheree told Drew about. I'm just saying she addressed Kenya like a dude. Okay, what's up, Kenya? Okay, that's what Kenya did not like. Okay, so Sanya said Kenya roasted her. Sanya told Drew that Kenya roasted her and fed her to the dogs. He told her about the situation in Jamaica where Kenya asked her, so what's your problem? And Sanya was unable to come up with an answer. So, like I said, Sheree explained to Sanya how Kenya felt about her husband, Ross, bullying her, like I just said, as if she had, she did not have no one there to protect her, a man to stand up for her, and things of that nature. So, Sanya boasted. She boasted about how Kenya wish she had a man to take up for her. Still not getting, Sanya's still not getting the point, okay? Kenya wish she needed a man to take up for her. Woman to woman combat, you don't need a man to take care of you. I mean, first of all, you didn't even say nothing. He didn't even give you a chance to even respond to the situation. And you weren't being harmed physically or anything like that. So you you might want to be careful what you ask for when you're boasting about your husband standing up for you. Okay? That's a Twitter world out there, the social media and things of that nature. They don't take too kindly to things like that, saying you. Okay? So, if I put my money on it, at this particular point in time, I bet you your husband, if he has any type of social media, right? Instagram, Twitter, it's probably blowing up right now with not so good, comments. Okay, they're probably trying to put him in his place. Okay, so be careful. Be careful what you ask for. Okay, so let's see. Okay, like I said, Sheree. So Sheree said, Sheree said she wasn't offended by it. Just let me say that before saying your cards, Kenya. I'm sorry, I put that down a little down further. Yeah, Sheree said she wasn't offended by it, right? She said Kenya took the brunt. Well, I said Kenya took the brunt of it. So Sheree was there at the table as Kenya was when, Ross stand up and did his thing. So Sheree said she wasn't affected by it. Well, nothing wrong with what he did to her, basically. And I thought, like, you know what? This is the second time Sheree did that. Sheree did that once before in about a couple of seasons back, where Kenya was approached by one of their guests and everything, and was like coming at her, in an aggressive way. How Sheree felt that was I don't know what's wrong with Sheree. Okay, something is wrong with her. She missing one of the little tools upstairs. I personally feel. Okay, so with that pissed, that boasted Sanya even more so. So when she get on the phone and call Kenya, okay? So Sanya calls Kenya. I'm just trying to get through this a lot, and I hope you all are following me. Okay, so Sanya called Kenya and asked her, did she say, right, her husband was aggressive and berating, aggressive and berating the women, right? So Kenya paused. Kenya said, well, hold up, I can't quite remember that. And then so Sanya said, oh, so the cat got your tongue? As if Kenya said and can't say it now at that point. So Kenya said, well, hold up. Let me wake up. Let me call you back, right? Sanya wasn't having that. Sanya wasn't having that. Sanya says to Kenya, well, in her confessional she shared, I don't mind us going back to back and forth amongst ourselves. But leave my husband's name out your damn mouth, is what she said in the confessional. But so she get back on the phone, and so she explained to Kenya after saying that to leave her husband's name out of her mouth and this and that and another. Don't call. She said, Kenya, it's not right to call a black man aggressive and things of that nature. Blah 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 blah. Kenya said, okay, Sonia, okay. I'm sure she just wanted to end the conversation. It wasn't going anywhere and like that. So then, as she was hanging up, Saint says, bye, bitch. Now, I don't know if Kenya heard that or not. Okay, I don't know if she heard that, but from the looks of it, well, later on when they get together, I don't think Kenya heard that part. And I believe she probably said it after Kenya hung up. So, but anyway. Okay, so the next scene, okay, they're at Sheree's venue. Sheree's interviewing models. She invited Kenya to join her. She's doing a model search for her upcoming, fashion show. So she employed Kenya, asked Kenya to come and, help her with this process. She had already hired a nice lady named Rowan. She said she's a fashion show coordinator. And so there were people outside, models and such, on the outside of the venue as Sheree walked up, lined up, ready for auditions and stuff like that. So then Kenya Kenya arrives. Now, you see me flipping the pages. So Kenya arrives. Okay, so, but Sheree is said to Kenya, no, Sheree said in her confessional that she is confident. She is confident in Rwan with the organizing her show, and she believes that she'll do a great job. Okay, so then Kenya arrives. Kenya arrives. Okay, confessional. She doesn't like that Sanya singled her out. That's before Kenya. That for some reason they showed that. Kenya said she doesn't like that Sanya singled her out. She did not say anything about Sanya calling her a bitch. So I don't believe Kenya caught that, and I'm glad she didn't, because that was really uncalled for and just over the top. I don't know why Sanya want to say bad bitch anyway. Okay, that was not necessary. So, Kenya also expressed that she was not pleased with Sheree's behavior, why Sheree decided she wanted to tell Sanya that information, that it just didn't make any sense for her to do it. So, Sheree is just, I can't deal with Sheree. I understand, I wouldn't be telling her my damn business and such. Okay? The only time I'll tell Sheree something is if I want that something to spread around. Right? Use her for a good, tool. Like, if you want everybody to know that, Sheree, electric about to go off, tell Sheree so she can go tell her own business. Sorry about that. That didn't come off so well, but I was trying to make a joke. But anyway, so the casting started. Kenya was concerned about, well, yeah, of course Kenya's going to interrogate Sheree's, coordinator, fashion show coordinator, Rwan. So Kenya asked her various questions and how, Rwan way wasn't the right way, Listen, Kenya can be naughty. I never said Kenya's not perfect, but when it comes down to modeling, things of that nature, things that she is so familiar with, she's going to express her opinion. And I personally forgive her for that. She wasn't too rude, and well, let's just continue. So yeah, Kenya asked Rwan a few questions, trying to, get a feel of her to see what she knows and things of that nature. And the runway, I don't know what it was about the runway, but Kenya felt that the ladies or the models, male or female, should be walking towards them so that, they can see them. Of course, that's how they do it, but for some odd reason, Kenya felt it was necessary to say that. So, but then Rwan responded and said, well, I know how to do things my way. And, Kenya said that's not the right way. And Kenya was saying that you want many potential models that you can get, because Kenya said that, let me see, make sure it says Rwan. Okay, so I passed that part. How many was Sheree and Rwan? Okay, right. Kenya was concerned why Sheree and Rwan was unbothered about the fact that there weren't very many models and things of that nature. And then Kenya asked, as I said, we cleared the runway part. Please forgive me. Kenya says they need real models. Right. Kenya said they need real models. That's when Rwan said, you have to have a budget for real models. Okay? So there weren't very many models there. Well, Sheree didn't give very many, and she I believe she said 20 of them. And then she didn't give very many. So, Kenya said she needs to reach out to models, get some real models. And Rwan said, well, she don't have the budget for no real models. Apparently Sheree had no budget for real models or any kind of models for that reason. Okay, Rwan says she get models for about 200. She can get models about $200 to $500 a day. Okay, and Kenya says that's about right. You have to call some people. And Sheree said, I already spent $1 million trying to get this fabric. Okay, $1 million. a whole $1 million. Sheree, really? Okay, well, then Kenya said, well, for that much, you should have some models being flown in as we speak for $1 million. In Kenya's confessional, she says the only $1 million Sheree spent was to bill collectors. that Kenya's something else, you know. Yeah. So the models, they walk on, the catwalk. Um, Kenya took over. She took over in orchestration. She took over the orchestration of the model search project. She pretty much took over. Uh, poor Rwan, excuse me, poor Rwan. She didn't have a leg. Period. She just couldn't do anything with Kenya. Kenya pretty much, excuse me, it's not funny, and please forgive me. Kenya pretty much gave her walking papers. She pretty much gave her walking papers, and she says, she's Kenya's very particular about this particular profession, and she told Rwan that she need to be a little bit more professional and things of that nature. And by the way, Sheree asked for Kenya's help in the first place. So Sheree, just to go back a little bit, when Kenya got there, Sheree was, Kenya had said something soon she got there, right? To Rwan, and Sheree was like, golly, she just got here, haven't been here a minute and already saying stuff. But, she asked for Kenya's help. She asked Kenya to come help her. Okay, so there. Now, then they go to Ralph. Ralph, they're having a book cover. Is that a book cover shoot? Okay, and let me just say, right there, right, I'm sorry, excuse me. Right, he's at a book cover shoot. Taking pictures and everything, getting ready for the launch of his book. But I took notice. Drew mom was there. Drew mom, Pastor Jeanette. Drew looks just like her mother. Drew is the split in the image of her mother. Now, I've been looking at this for quite some time now, but for some reason, looking at Drew, she looks just like her mother. I mean, really a whole lot. And that's a compliment, okay? Sheree and Drew, they, prior to that, when Sheree went to visit Drew, when Tanya came, Sheree suggested to Drew to have a party, a surprise party for Kenya and Marlo. Now, that's like oil and water. And Sheree ain't nothing, she's just messy. Messy, messy, messy. But anyway, so Drew decided to partner with Sheree in reference to the surprise party, and that Drew could not share that with anybody, nobody. Just her and Sheree had to keep it to themselves, okay? So, to come back forward here, so Sheree and Drew, they planned the duo birthday party for Kenya and Marlo, okay? Like I say, oil and water. This is not a good idea, okay? And Drew knows it. Ralph, going back to the venue, the book signing venue, not signing, shoot. Drew and her mother are talking to Ralph after he finishes shoot. They're talking about Ralph adopting Josiah again. So Ralph, like I said, in my last video, about 2 videos ago, Ralph is hesitant. He's hesitant about adopting Josiah. He says it's just a piece of paper. Josiah knows that he's his father. And Drew's is like, just like you and I, we're married. So what's wrong with you, adopting him? I want you to adopt him pretty much. And Drew's mom is feeling the same way. And Ralph is not feeling it. But Ralph's excuse was this. He says, I talked to his father, his biological father, who's not in agreement with him. Well, he didn't say that, but he said that when he talked to Josiah's father about the chance, the possibility of him adopting Josiah, his father felt bad about that. He did not like that. That's not what he wanted. Okay, so Ralph decided that, from that, he just wanted to take his time about that. First of all, they're saying that you need him, Ralph needs to go ahead on and adopt him. This is what Drew is saying, his mother's saying. And what I'm saying is this. That boy Josiah's biological father has to sign away his parental rights. Now, I am no legal eagle, but what I thought I knew, they usually search for the biological parent, if known, and get them to sign off their parental rights to, the adoptee, right? Right? So if he don't sign, it seems like there will be a problem with that. So please leave a comment if you know about that and how that work. I mean, even though the biological father's not around, but he's known, do he have to sign away his parental rights in order for Ralph to even adopt him? No one is talking about that. Drew is not talking about that. Her mother either. I mean, even Ralph is not saying it. So if anybody know it, leave me some information there in the comments. That would be very, very helpful. Okay, so enough about that. Marlo. Go back to Marlo's house. That's the next scene. The boys are back. Wim, and I forget the other little guy name. They're back. Marlo says they took a shower. Like they don't take showers. Marlo, I don't know why you keep doing that. Airing them boys' personal business out like that. They got us go to school and have people thinking them boys don't shower. What is wrong with you, lady? Jesus Christ. Just, I don't know. Just dunce. Whew. Okay, so, right. Talking about they took showers, good at school, home to get their phone back. They got to be good in school. Do good things, be good at home to get their phones back. Okay. I just want to say this much. Those boys, they look just alike, okay? And their features are very strong. Marlo, all of them look alike. And I didn't see it till I really saw it last night. Those boys are definitely Marlo's DNA. And her sister, the features are very strong. You cannot say they're not related. And that's a good thing. Okay, so then Marlo says to them, I love you all, right? And she said they didn't show much love. When Marlo said she loved them, they were like crickets. No one really responded. Either one of the boys. Just say, we love you back. Like, really, like genuinely, so to speak. And I understand why. Sometimes you got to earn that. That's something that it has to work on. Okay, so now. Right, so shade party. Okay. We got the maid on shade party, maid in the shade party, okay? All right, the party about to go down. We at Drew's house. That's where the party is taking place. All right? Drew is there. Then comes Sheree. Sheree comes with something to do with the party in her hand. She comes at the duo birthday party. Drew's house, as I said, the party and the decor. They have party decor, streamers, things of that nature. The food looked great. Drew really did it up. She really did it up. And Sheree arrived, like I said, a little bit late. Drew just played her invoice in a confessional about, Marlo. She put that right to Marlo pretty much when she came in the door to let her know, look, this is the bill. This is what you need to pay. Half and half. Do you know Sheree did not want to say no. I did not, how she said it. She wants to be paid half by, okay, Sheree said she's not paying for Drew. She said she's not paying for Drew's bright idea. Sheree, that was your idea. It was your idea to throw this duo party that you knew was messy. Okay? Now that, if I was Drew, first of all, Drew, you know Sheree don't like to pay her bills. Okay? I would have asked for that money up front, at least a partial payment. Because she is not good. Her word is not her bond. It's not one. No, no, no. She could not get no credit from me. I'm sorry. Okay? But I don't know if she paid her, but I hope she did. Okay, like I said, Sheree said she's not paying for Drew's bright idea. When she was the one who came up with that, I just said that. Do a party, Sheree. Okay, yeah, right. Nemesis. She's gonna have a party for Kenya and Marlo. You know, Nemesis. Sheree is just shady, very shady. Sheree gets a call. She gets a call. Something like a little frantic call. Something ain't going right, okay? Something not going right about her clothing line. It's not good. There's always something going on. Something about pieces of some partial pieces, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll wait till we see it. Okay, so then, at 7 p.m., okay? At 7 p.m., here comes Sanya. Sanya arrives at the party. Candy arrives, okay? Monietta arrives. Now, I don't know if I noticed. Well, you know what? They did not arrive with gifts because somebody really, really bright did not tell them about it. So they didn't have no gifts, anything like that, because the reason why they said they wanted to keep it hush-hush from the other ladies, because they felt Kenya, they might tell, well, Kenya and Marlo may find out if anyone else knew, other than Sheree and Drew. Okay, so like I said, Tanya arrives, Candy arrives, Monietta arrives, she arrives, Kenya's cousin. I always like her. She always so pleasant. She don't have a lot to say. Nice girl. She's a chef. She's a chef, and she's very, very nice. And you can tell she has her cousin back. She loves Kenya. She got her cousin back. You know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about that spat they had a while back ago with Nene and everything. I'm sorry. I'm hearing noises. Distracted. Anyway, so Kenya, forget about that. That's something different. That's another show. Kenya and Marlo arrives. At the same time, Kenya gets at the door first. Kenya goes in. I don't know if Kenya knew Marlo was behind her or would have not, but when Kenya went in and slammed the door, Marlo came up on the porch like, well, she knew I was coming, but I don't think Kenya knew she was coming because, I don't think so. And so went through that until she didn't know, right. Okay, they were both surprised. Both of them were surprised. They were surprised. Both enjoyed themselves. Wow, it was a very, very nice party. It was a nice party. They let bygones be bygones at that point. Nobody wanted, but no, not actually. They did start bickering eventually. Okay, Marlo's people, cousins, and all those ladies came. Told her not that, or one of the cousins was telling a story how good and nice and caring Marlo is, and how she told Marlo, do not fight with Kenya. Do not fight with Kenya. She greeted Kenya. She went over there and she hugged Kenya. Okay. Drew don't like fight anymore. Okay. Drew says she don't want them to fight anymore. She want it all done. Everybody said they want it all done. They don't want no more fighting and everything. That's when that conversation sparked up. I think, I don't know who said something first, but I believe it was Marlo. Talking about this, that, and the other. Kenya this, Kenya that, and then Kenya's like, well, this, that, and other. They almost went back down that rabbit hole. But Drew stopped it. They stopped it, changed the subject. Okay, they started the bickering. Drew breaks the ice. Had Pastor Jeanette pray over the food, cleanse the air. Then Drew started a game, answer the question game. And if you can't answer the question, you're going to have to take a shot a drink. Drew, host. All right, so Drew asked a question. Drew asked questions, so each individual person has to go around, and answer it. Drew's question was, what if you host a party and the other half, co-host a party and the other half renege on it? What would you do? Everybody just, started laughing, what have not, didn't like it. Sheree gives out invitations at the party. Sheree gives out invitation but do not have all her clothing. So Candy is questioning that. And like, how are you giving out, spending money for invitations? And you don't even have your clothing line together for your, fashion show. It just don't make sense. Okay, very nice invitation and such. So Sheree gave everybody invitations and everything. Oh yeah, and Kenya shared that she went to Sheree's model search, as she did, and she said it was a disaster. Kenya, you know, Kenya, just stop it. I love you, Kenya. But everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win, right? You get there and everything. You saw stuff. You want to win. You want to win, okay? And you get on these shows and you get to, you know, um, any idea that you have, any dream, business or something, you can propel it from the show. You know, Sheree just haven't done that. She's been talking about it a long time, but just haven't done it. And Kenya just wanting everybody to win. Okay, so, then for Sheree is meeting up with. Okay, so, all right, so then the next venue is Sheree. Sheree is meeting up with Phaedra's Apollo X. And she needs his advice. She needs his advice, and everything is what she said in the little confessional. And Apollo was so polite and nice, and he got a beard. He's sporting like one of them long beards, and he said, "What's up? I didn't know Sheree and Apollo's was really, really good friends like that, close friends and everything," as she was explaining. So he said, "So what's up, Sheree? You all right? Anything I can do for you, stuff like that?" And Apollo, so she asked Apollo, explained to Apollo what she was going through in reference to models, and that she needed models to model her, clothing line. Now, I know he probably going to do it without pay. I think. I'm not sure. That's just me, assuming. And so Apollo said yes. He would be interested in modeling for her. He said yes, and that was a great thing. She asked him that, and he said yes. He speaks on. He goes on to speak about Phaedra, how she left him, going back down memory lane. It's not a good thing, and got out of that real quick. Apollo said he ran into Tyrone while in jail. He ran into Tyrone while in jail and said that Tyrone told him that Sheree was his girl and everything. He did claim her while he was in jail. And Sheree tells him about the fact that, Tyrone, what he did to her, how he left her up there in Philadelphia, looking, like that, all alone, looking bad. It was embarrassing, and how embarrassing it was for her. And Apollo said, shit, excuse my language, Apollo told her about the fact that Tyrone was in jail. While he was in jail, he was pursuing women. Women were visiting him or something, or talking to women, or doing something of another. So, Apollo pretty much told her he was a waste of time. Not a good pick. Not a good pick. Okay? So there. Guess what? We are at the end. And I'm telling you, boy, that was a lot. That was a whole lot. And this is about the longest episode 14. I'm sorry, season 14, episode 16. The longest one I've ever had. So, I hope it was informative and everything. I can't wait for the next episode. We're going into 40 minutes. I can't really do a whole lot of talking in reference to this, but as I said, the party did end up turning out nice. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would probably be. They actually got along. They had a really, really nice time, and that's a good thing. But we'll wait until the next episode because, they be friends and then they enemies the next day. But I hope they still be friends. So please, please do not forget to comment, subscribe, okay? Please share, please share. And please the comments. I need the comments, the feedback. Okay, I need the feedback. So, like I said, it motivates me to want to, bring up more and more content. Now, I have a couple of more videos to do. So, I'll see you in my next video.